things first, it's the DU General, Money B. I'ma put you up on the schedule, 6 to 9, 8 weekdays, not to unsettle you. Let's go. We got a lot to talk about, so much to pedal through. Unapologetically progressive. Tune to KBLA 1580 to get the mess. We're your ancestors' favorite radio station. First black on talk radio, left side of the nation. Me and Dominique DePrima go way back. Tag Smiley making sure the station stays black. Discussing all the issues in our community. We're hosted black and brown and others find unity. So let's talk about it. Maybe we can improve it. Digital underground, always down with the movement. So we tune in. The first things first with the queen of Black Talk Radio, Dominique DePrima. Go sis.
First things first.
KBLA Talk 1580. Good morning. Good morning and God bless. I'm Dominique DePrima. This show is called First Things First, and my first thing every single day is prayer, giving thanks, giving praises, and asking for blessings from God, asking for the blessings of the ancestors and the elders, and let's go. You know how we do it. I hope you do. If you're new here, welcome. So it's a Freedman Friday, because that's what every Friday is around here on First Things First. That means that hour one, we look local, what's going on the left coast side of town. Hour two, we focus on reparations every week, as we have for over 2 years. We want to be up on it. We want to pass the test. We want to be part of the vanguard that makes this happen for our people locally, nationally, and internationally. So we will do that. Dr. Kwaku Ramel Smith joins us today, and we'll talk about the mental health, the psychological aspect of repair. And then in hour three, we do, well, it's kind of a grab bag on Fridays. We do a thing. We do something. Today, I'm really excited because I get to talk to two young people who have just graduated from St. Mary's. The valedictorian and the salutatorian will be here. I try to bring more young people's perspectives. I think we talk to our own generations a little too much and not enough intergenerational conversation. So Ramia Tekle and Sophia Almeida will be here to chop it up with us, and we'll get their views on what's going on in the world and also yours. So you're invited in at 800-920-1580, 800-920-1580. You're invited in every hour. And not only that, you can see us on Facebook, where we are streaming every day, Monday through Friday. And then on YouTube, there's a whole conversation in the comments section where my KBLA delegation has a lot to say, and you are more than invited. I love to peep out what you have to say in real time as we move through this. So go to youtube.com and then KBLA 1580. We're starting off live today. We're starting off live and in studio, and giving you just a full Friday as we celebrate however many years have gone by since 1965. This is the anniversary this week of the Watts Uprising, and certainly the tradition of rebellion, I guess you could say, of this area. LA will celebrate that right now. Joining us right now live in the studio, we have the pastor of the historic Fame Church. He serves as pastor, one of the nation's oldest and most influential African-American congregations. You know that if you live here. You know that if you track churches. He's an advocate for justice as well as a preacher committed to proclaiming the gospel, he says, while addressing spiritual, social, and economic needs within the community. Dr. Timothy Tyler, welcome.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming in.
I'm glad to be here. And have a little tag along with me.
Your minder is here.
Yes, the Reverend Judi Wortham is the executive director of our 501c3 at Fame, First AME Church, Los Angeles, Slack Deck. And I'll let her tell you what Slack Deck stands for.
Good morning, and thank you for
Good
having
morning.
us. Slack Deck is South Los Angeles Community Development and Empowerment Corporation.
Yes, and together Fame and Slack Deck will be doing some great things this weekend.
It sounds like it. Well, I mean, thank you for coming in too, Reverend Wortham. It's nice to meet you.
And to her defense, I made her come.
Thank you for truth telling.
I'm not going to ask for the backstory about that. I'm going to leave that all the way alone.
Thank you so much.
But you know, I think one of the things we think of when we think of fame is exactly that combination of worship and activism. Would you call it activism, community organizing, justice?
I call it activism, community organizing, justice, and I would even throw the word politics in there. It was Fame that gave birth to the first black mayor of Los Angeles, Thomas Bradley, who was a trustee at Fame under the leadership of the then Reverend H.H. Brookins, one of the famous freedom fighters of Los Angeles. And then social justice, community activism. Of course, everyone knows the historic Cecil Chip Murray, who brought calm to the city during the Rodney King uprising. And so I would say that all of that goes into make Fame a very special place, and I think a very biblical place if we look at the Jesus who we really serve.
Yeah, I love that you're not afraid to say politics even in this environment that we're in right now, right?
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. It needs to be said more than ever. And if we don't get involved in this politics, we are heading down a slippery slope based on where we are in our society.
Reverend Wortham, do you see us getting more involved? I mean, I feel like, I don't know, I'm not an expert, but from folks I've talked to and what I've observed, that we are moving into an era when the black church is returning more to its roots of help and social justice.
I think that our roots definitely tell us where we need to go back to. And I also believe unapologetically progressive, that's who we are. And that's who we have to be. The church has been the place where we can do what we need to do as people of color. Black folk need to get back to our roots, and that's what we're doing now.
Yeah, and when you say roots, you're talking about all the way to the roots. It's funny. I was writing just a little article that I was writing outside of here,
Yes.
and I mentioned Biddy Mason.
Yes.
And this friend of mine was looking at it. She's from New York.
Yes.
And she said, "Well, not everybody knows who Biddy Mason is."
That's right.
And I say, "What?" Maybe that's an LA perspective. So talk to me. Let's talk about Biddy Mason, because
Great.
maybe people don't know, and certainly that would be an inspiring thing for your Friday if you learn.
Biddy Mason will be the reason for our celebration this weekend. Biddy Mason, we will be celebrating her birth date coming up this weekend at Fame, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Biddy Mason was born in 1818, and I call her one of the mother founders of Los Angeles back in the early day. Biddy Mason is our hero and our shero. She walked all the way from Mississippi to Los Angeles.
Literally walk.
Literally walked.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember reading that and thinking, okay, leave it to a black
Literally.
woman.
Literally.
Literally.
I'm on my way. Give me a few months.
I told my wife the other day, you let them ask me to walk somewhere. I don't even like walking to the bathroom. She walked from Mississippi to Los Angeles, and that walk was revolutionary because she became an entrepreneur, and she founded First AME Church along with other founders who saw the need for a place of spiritual strength while they were fighting for their liberation. And so we're going to lift up, remember, celebrate, and help people to know who Bridget Biddy Mason was.
Well, I want to also just add a little context here before we move on.
Yes.
She walked from Mississippi to Los Angeles and became one of the founders and most influential persons in early Los Angeles.
Absolutely.
But it's not like she was just leaving Equinox Club and going to 24-hour fitness. This is a woman who was enslaved,
She
correct?
was enslaved.
Yeah.
And she was forced to walk. And in fact, when she got to Los Angeles, they tried to drag her back to. They tried to drag her to Texas, and put her back in slavery. And she went to court over the issue, and she won the court case, which was phenomenal back then. We can't hardly win court cases now, let alone
that.
in the 1800s.
Right. So she was enslaved when she left, came to California, which we know has its own history of enslavement.
Yes.
If you're unclear on that, just check out the Reparations Task Force report. It's about 1,200 pages.
Yes.
But they were trying to. When she got here, she got her freedom.
Yes,
correct?
she got her freedom.
And she took that freedom to court and tested it. Well, that's something that didn't happen too often, did it?
No, it didn't happen too often, as I said then. And I want to say it doesn't happen too often now that we go to court and
I wouldn't
and
even
get
want to
victory.
try it,
I wouldn't either.
No, you report to CCOT in El Salvador.
I'd like to add something about
Absolutely.
her that I love. She was a midwife. So as she walked across with the wagon train, she birthed all the humans and all the animals that were born all the way across the country. That always just makes me like, wow, you were all that and a bag of chips. I have on this dress today because it has black women on the front and the back.
It's a beautiful dress, by
Thank
the
you.
way.
And it's my Shiro dress, so I wore it in honor of her.
That's why I brought her.
It's my Shiro dress.
But absolutely, I mean, imagine
Midwife.
I had not. I may have read that, but I hadn't really. That detail hadn't sunk in. Walking from Mississippi to California, leaving a trail of little babies living, safe babies in your wake is pretty amazing.
Yes.
And then giving birth to a great church.
Yes.
And then giving birth to
all of that.
Yes.
But yeah, we'll go
absolutely.
a little deeper into that when we come forward. Reverend
Yeah.
Wortham is here. Reverend Tyler is here. And yes, it's Friday, not Sunday. And you're listening to KBLA.
Thanks for starting your morning off with a voice that speaks truth to power and the powerless, getting to the heart of what matters most in our community. This is where authentic conversation meets real action. From breaking news and politics to culture and community solutions, this is where you hear perspectives you won't hear anywhere else. This is where we come together, get informed, and make change happen. You're inside First Things First with Dominique DePrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
Good morning, sunshine. You make my day.
I love days like these at the pool, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. I'm ready to make a splash with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza. Skyrizi is a prescription-only injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. At 4 months, most people saw 90% clearer skin when measured from head to toe, and many were even 100% plaque-free. People also saw significant improvement in psoriasis symptoms of pain, redness, itching, and burning.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Now there's nothing on my skin thanks to Skyrizi, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
The KBLA 1580 app puts the realest conversations right in your pocket. Stream live wherever you are in the world. No static. No searching the dial. A crystal clear connection 24/7, exactly when you want it. We recommend that you keep automatic updates enabled. Set it and forget it. So the app stays up to date with store requirements, bug fixes, and new features as we roll them out. Download the KBLA 1580 app today and stay plugged into the conversation everyone's having.
What's good, KBLA delegation? I am Miles Lowe, and I'm excited to be joining the weekend lineup right here on KBLA Talk 1580. Join me every Saturday at 12 noon for the Do Better Show, where we get into the world of tech, AI, the creator economy, navigating your mental health through it all, and have conversations with founders to find out how real people are making real money right now. It's not a course, not a subscription. Class is in session every weekend, live on the air. If you knew better, you do better, right? So let's make a better you. The Do Better Show, every Saturday, 12 noon, and replaying again at 7 p.m. right here on Unapologetically Progressive KBLA Talk 1580. We got a lot to talk.
Your ancestors' favorite radio station, and your favorite morning show host. Let's get back to Dominique DePrima right now.
Right now. If you're in LA, you know First AME Church. If you're not in LA, you're going to get to know it a little right now, but not just the church, everything it stands for. The church has been was founded in 1872. Is that
correct?
Right?
That's correct.
So Biddy Mason, born in 1818. I'm not sure if we know exactly when she arrived in L.A., but she ends up winning her court case.
Yes.
And then somehow, and this is the part that is not always clear, ends up owning massive swaths of real estate in L.A.
It is amazing, and I was thinking about that this morning. A lot of her real estate was right across from what we call Pershing Square today, and there's a mass effort by the community to have that area renamed after Bridget Biddy Mason. But it's amazing because I was thinking, how much would I have to pay if I purchased the property across from Pershing's?
Lord.
If I could today, how much money would that be?
And also fascinating about that is that she was not just the first black woman to purchase land in downtown. She was the first woman to purchase land in downtown L.A. That's amazing to me. The first woman.
Yeah, that is amazing. Mm-hmm. Do we know how she managed that?
Through her midwifery.
Yeah.
She saved up her money and became a serious entrepreneur. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know one thing about formerly enslaved and enslaved black folks. We were saving, right?
Yes.
People were
get
saving,
back to
whether we're trying to exactly, whether we were trying to buy our freedom or buy land or buy, whatever it was, we were saving our money.
Back then, if we got it, we were saving it because we didn't know when it was coming back again.
Yeah, well.
And some of us are waiting for it today still.
Yeah. Well, so, I mean, that at what point does she become one of the founders of the church? Connect the dots, if you would.
I will. At one point, I don't know the exact year, and we often say she was the founder, but I'm always prodded by my historians to underscore that she was the primary founder, but there were a group of founders who saw the need to start a worship center, and it did not start out as First AME Church. That name evolved over years. There was the one of the original names, St. Stephen's Church, and so that name evolved over the years. But she, along with the group of founders, were the prime movers of the worship space that we know as First AME Church today. And we've, over the years, in our history, we've always tried to live up to that high standard that Biddy Mason set for community activism and for entrepreneurial spirit. And it's just, I'm very proud to be the pastor of a church, especially where a black woman is I call her the patron saint.
Well, I mean, I also think there's something very powerful about the mission of First AME Church.
Absolutely.
The position of First AME Church coming from that ancestor who was, as you pointed out, not just, clearly an activist, but also an entrepreneur.
Yes.
You don't buy up downtown LA. I don't care how low the prices were. Those were, those were 1870 prices or 1850 prices,
which were equivalent.
Yes.
Right, for them.
For them, yes, absolutely.
So the fact that the church has maintained a commitment to that spirit
Yes.
is quite remarkable.
It has maintained a commitment to that spirit, and the history of First AME Church. It is no secret in our community that First AME Church has had some major ups and some very creative downs at times. But I often say I've been at First AME Church as their pastor for 10 months now. And one of the things that I remind the congregation is that you have had times in your history when you have been bent, but it is a credit to your history that you've never been broken. And that's the spirit of Biddy Mason. She had bad times and good times, but her legacy is strong. And First AME Church's legacy is strong. And the people there, I don't think any other church could have gone through some of the years and struggles that First AME Church has gone through and even be here today. But it amazes me. It oftentimes I pinch myself in church to make sure I am the person that they sent to be the pastor. And I'm just grateful for their history and for how they have overcome so much.
And our motto is first to serve. And I'm so proud of that because I'm always asking myself, what else can we do to be first to serve? People need to be able to look at us, and they do, as the place to go to for what they need. And we need so much right now. So it's a blessing to be serving at a place where our primary focus is first to serve.
Yeah, imagine as a pastor stepping into a spot with the legacy of, Reverend Brookings and, Pastor Murray.
Yes.
It's could be a little daunting.
Well,
little.
It's very daunting. I grew up in Los Angeles, and so I'm coming back home. My last stop, I was in Denver for 17 years, but I remember growing up in Denver. I was brought into the ministry and ordained under Bishop Brookins, and Cecil Chip Murray helped to finance my seminary education, and he also mentored me during my working on my doctoral education. And so these men were part of my preparation, and so I'm very proud of that, and I honor that. As I don't want to say I'm stepping into their shoes, but I'm certainly aware of their footsteps at fame, and I'm honored.
So they planted the seeds for their
Yes.
succession. Is what you're saying. Their succession.
I pray they did.
I also think, Pastor, you should share who your mother is.
So my mother is a longtime Los Angeles activist. She was then presiding elder Carolyn Tyler Guidry. She worked with Law Pack, and my mother was the second female bishop in the African Methodist Episcopal Church in its 230 years. And she served proudly in the Caribbean. She served in Mississippi, Louisiana. She retired, and she passed away last year.
I'm sorry.
But thank you. But my mother has a strong history here in Los
Yes.
Angeles. And so while I'm dealing with Bishop Brookins' ghosts and Reverend Cecil Chip Murray's ghost, my mother's ghost oftentimes shows
That's why I
up.
needed that to be shared.
Oftentimes shows up in my office.
Pews full of ancestors.
Pews
Yes.
full of ancestors.
But also your mom, being such a mover and shaker in Law Pack as well as, in the church. So it
Yes.
sounds like that combination of activism in church, sort of the classic Martin Luther King Jr. blend is a tradition in your own family.
It's a tradition in my family, and I also honor the spirit of my father, Kerry Tyler. You were talking about the anniversary of the Watts Uprising in Los Angeles. My parents moved us here in 1964, 8 months after I was born, and they were coming from Jackson, Mississippi. They were the last people to see Medgar Evers before he was shot. They were at a meeting with him, and they were the last persons to see him before he died. And I think they may have thought that coming to Los Angeles may have been kind of coming to a different place than my dad used to talk about. It was in '65 when the Watts Uprising happened that he gathered us all in the car and was driving around the city looking for some milk for his babies. And the police pulled their guns out and told him to go back home. And then I think that was when reality hit that you can be in Mississippi, you can be in Los Angeles, and you can still be in danger. And so I have all of that inside of me, and I'm grateful for what my parents gave me, because I don't want to live my life in danger, and I want to help the people of God and the people in the community not be in danger.
Yeah, we only have a minute here before news, traffic, and sports, and we'll keep the conversation going on the other side. So it's probably not fair to ask, but we can do the 30-second version and then continue on the other side, which is how does that mission manifest today? Like, what are the programs? What are the services? And of course, this weekend's events that are the manifestation of that legacy.
Excellent. You want to do that in 30 seconds, Reverend?
You want to start it?
Seconds. Okay.
Start it, and then we'll finish it.
So we have a dermatology services at the Wellness Center. We have a Biddy Mason Community Wellness Center that I am the proud director of. And in addition to that, we have mental health services. We have caregivers program. We also have a 8-bed garden in the backyard that is flourishing. We have classes that are going to start on cooking. I am an amazing quilter. Is that 30 seconds up?
That's 30 seconds.
We started.
That's good. We're going to keep it going because these are
it.
important things for folks to know about. News, traffic, and sports, then more on KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. A 13-year-old Detroit boy accused of shooting his father and fleeing to Ohio could face charges in both states. Detroit Police Chief Todd Bettison.
It's a conversation that we're having with Ohio because they may want to process him on some of those charges as well.
Police say the teen was arrested hours later, and investigators are now working with Ohio authorities as the father recovers from non-life-threatening injuries. Move Detroit has announced its first class of neighborhood ambassadors. The 16 residents selected from more than 300 nominations will help showcase Detroit's neighborhoods, businesses, and culture while serving as community voices for the city's talent attraction and retention efforts. And Atlanta's HBCUs are earning national recognition with Spelman College, Morehouse College, and Clark Atlanta University ranking among the nation's top historically black colleges and universities. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique. But you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Dodgers blew a 2-run lead in the 9th inning Thursday night and wound up losing 5-4 to the Milwaukee Brewers. A sellout crowd of 46,105 at Dodger Stadium did not like the way the game ended. Dodgers fans booed reliever Edwin Diaz when he was replaced by manager Dave Roberts. Diaz gave up 2 of the 3 runs scored by the Brewers in the 9th. The Chargers won their preseason opener at Houston Thursday night, 27-7. The Chargers are at home next Thursday against San Francisco. The Rams play their first preseason game Saturday at Kansas City. The full NBA schedule is out. The Lakers and Clippers open the regular season on October 21st at home. The Lakers play Golden State at Crypto.com. The Lakers will have 34 games on national TV. The Clippers play Sacramento in their season opener at the Intuit Dome in Inglewood. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
This November, you'll decide who leads California. So shouldn't you hear directly from the people asking for your vote? Join us for California Voices, a political town hall and ballot forum, Saturday, October 3rd, 2026. Meet candidates running for governor, lieutenant governor, attorney general, and other major statewide and local offices, including Mayor of Los Angeles, city attorney, and LA County Sheriff. Get clear, nonpartisan breakdowns of the propositions on your November ballot, both sides, no spin. And ask your questions directly, in real conversation, face to face. California Voices is brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580 and the Empowerment Congress, giving you the information you need before you vote. Mark your calendar, Saturday, October 3rd, 2026, California Voices. Follow KBLA 1580 for details and download the KBLA 1580 app. Your vote, your voice. Be there.
You know him, You trust him. And now the whole nation is taking notice. Talkers Magazine, the Bible of talk radio, has ranked Tavis Smiley number 14 on their prestigious Heavy 100 list. 100 voices, the most important in all of talk radio. Tavis has moved from number 45 to number 33 to number 16, and now he's in the top 15, right here on your station. His is one of the most trusted, credible, and reliable voices in broadcast media today. Straight, no chaser, always. Tavis brings you the conversations that matter, the newsmakers, the truth tellers, the voices that don't get heard anywhere else. Weekdays on this station. This is what it sounds like when your community has a seat at the table.
I love days like these at the pool, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. I'm ready to make a splash with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza. Skyrizi is a prescription-only injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. At 4 months, most people saw 90% clearer skin when measured from head to toe, and many were even 100% plaque-free. People also saw significant improvement in psoriasis symptoms of pain, redness, itching, and burning.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Now there's nothing on my skin thanks to Skyrizi, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DePrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
And we are talking with the folks from First AME Church, but we're talking Biddy Mason, we're talking history, we're talking LA history, and service, social justice, activism, the things that First AME Church is known for. The pastor of that church, Dr. Timothy Tyler, is here, and Reverend Judi Wortham is here. Can you tell me your title again, Reverend Wortham?
Executive Director of Slack Deck, our nonprofit.
Of the nonprofit.
Yes.
Okay, yes. So we're talking about a lot of things, really the history of Biddy Mason, which is what you are celebrating this weekend. And if you don't know who Biddy Mason is, well, now you know.
Yes.
You can call in if you have something to say about it, 800-920-1580. I feel like she should be more known nationally, but even here in LA should be on the level of, the people we talk about all the time, the Tom Bradleys, the P.O. Picos.
Absolutely. If it were not for her, I don't think any of those people would have found their footing in Los Angeles. So we owe a lot of we owe a lot of who we are to Bridget Biddy Mason, and
the reason that her descendants don't still own Pershing Square, she ended up selling that land, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
She did.
I mean, I say that because we assume, it was stolen from her. She, she was terrorized. It was taken by eminent domain. No, she actually made a business decision to sell it. So in a way, I think of Biddy Mason. I mean, she had a hard life, but she definitely had agency.
She had agency.
Yeah.
And we want to, hopefully we will be able to we'll at least mark that space in a way that that people will always know that her legacy and her spirit is still there, even though she had to sell it, or she chose to sell it.
Now, we were going through the list, Reverend Wortham, of the kinds of things that we know First AME for, but some people may think, that was back in the day. It's not anymore. You said mental health, a caregivers program. I'm assuming you're talking about the sandwich generation and those folks who are caring for elder family members. You talked about a thriving garden. And would you like to add on to that?
Absolutely.
Dr. Tyler?
First AME is still known in the community to be that church that we want to be proactive, not reactive to what happens in our community. We are still interested in making sure that we have a role to play in gang intervention and violence prevention in our community. I'm oftentimes told the stories of how Cecil Chip Murray would just come out of his office and walk around the neighborhood to make sure everything was in order. And if it wasn't in order, he would grab some church members and he would get it in order. And I want to have that kind of legacy where sometimes I will walk out of. Now, I need to walk out of my office also because I need to walk.
We all need to walk.
I need to do my Biddy Mason.
Your 10,000 steps.
Right, right. But it is. I see my role as not only to be the pastor inside those four walls, but to be a community pastor, such as the Bishop H.H. Brookins and Cecil Chip Murray. They were community pastors.
And I have a feeling if we were in Denver, we would know that is your legacy already. It's not something you just started up 10 months
Denver
ago.
was quite a story.
I mean, yeah, for those who, follow these things, which a lot of our KBLA delegation do, the death of an unhoused man named Marvin Booker.
Yes.
This is in 2010. This was a battle that you, as a pastor, took up from a social justice perspective.
Yes, it was a battle, and the whole church, the entire shorter community AME Church took up this battle when very few people wanted to. And it taught us that sometimes the church has to give leadership. Shorter as a historical church in Denver, first black church older than the state of Colorado.
Wow.
Yeah.
But that, even though obviously we couldn't bring back Mr. Booker, the family was awarded a sizable settlement, which was the biggest excessive force settlement in Denver history, right?
Awarded by an all-white jury in an all-white in a very white city in a very white state.
Yeah.
And that was telling.
And I imagine the presence and activism of the church around this had a huge role in that.
I think it did. And it was a 5-year process.
Wow.
And so it didn't happen overnight, but the church played a major role in that.
That's notable too, because there's some folks that like to, not just in churches, in community organizing, in the media, who like to run out when a story is so-called hot.
Correct.
And then leave it and go to the next so-called hot story, leaving a grieving family or an impacted community to fend for themselves after the cameras go away.
Yes, and it happened. When the fight first started, there were a lot of leaders who chose, and churches who chose not to be a part of it. And then when the jury came back with their verdict in that case, a whole lot of people all of a sudden became a part of that victory. And that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Well, it's not okay, but
yeah, right.
It's what happens.
Right.
And so we celebrated with that family, and hopefully that opens the door. Denver is a rough place. It's just a rough place. It's a historical place for black people. It has quite a history in itself, but it's rough. It's not Los Angeles. It has a very small black community. So we celebrate our victories there.
Yeah, I think we should celebrate them here too.
Yes, I agree.
But yeah, I actually spent a little bit of time there. My mom would teach in Colorado summers, and
nice.
It is quite a shell shock if you're used to. I was used to the Bay Area and then LA, where they say we're a small in number here, but 8% of 4 million is a lot of black people.
I call it white Atlanta.
Yeah. It's definitely a different energy, even though they say it's a democratic state. Anyway, another thing I noticed, Pastor, about you, Dr. Timothy Tyler, who I'm talking to in case you're just waking up, is that you actually have your commitment to Black Lives Matter in your bio.
Yes.
Most pastors wouldn't want that. How do you, or they would be, if they wanted it, they might be too afraid to put it there. Why do you do that, and how does that connect to your way of preaching, your way of reaching your congregants?
It's important to me because I always mark the period of Black Lives Matter. First of all, I think that it should always be in our history alongside the Civil Rights Movement and the Middle Passage. I think it was a time and a space in our country but I think it also it was a wake-up call to the black church, because I think Black Lives Matter was the first and maybe the only large movement of black people in our nation where the church did not start it or give leadership to it or was not much involved in it. And so Black Lives Matter always reminds me that that if the church is not a part of the struggle, then the church is not fulfilling its mission and its call. And so I keep it in front of me so that when I'm preaching, when I'm having a church meeting, even when we just downstairs eating fried chicken, God help us, we are always reminded that community is first, and that the struggle should always be that the church should always have its feet in the struggle. And so Black Lives Matter, I celebrate it, and we should be reminded in the black church that black lives do matter, all lives.
And of course, the boots on the ground aspect of Black Lives Matter Grassroots was born in LA.
Yes.
And yeah, I do remember the conflict between some members of the church and the organizers. Now the organization has 56 chapters, and there are pastors involved.
Absolutely.
Not too many, but a few. Pastors like Pastor Starsky Wilson of the Children's Defense Fund.
Starsky Wilson is my mentee and my student, my seminary student.
See,
and so I'm proud of him.
When you connect the dots, see what happens when you connect the dots? More dots get connected.
Yes.
It's hard to talk about your own way of preaching or your own way of organizing. So maybe that's why, one of the reasons why Reverend Judi Wortham is here. What would you say about what he just said?
So the reason why I want him to talk about his preaching is because he is not afraid to tell the truth about what's going on. And so many times we want to, as followers of Jesus Christ, we want to sugarcoat things. This man right here, he lays it out. And anybody I have friends who are not going to church, they are watching him because they hear the truth. And we hide the truth.
When you say watching, you're talking streaming?
Yes.
So you can stream the services now.
Yes, absolutely.
You can stream the services.
Some people haven't left the house since 2020. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm so pleased to hear when they call me and say, your pastor's off the chain. And I say, why do you say that? Because he's telling the truth. He tells the truth about Trump, about what we need to do, about how we should not be afraid, how we've been through this before, we can do it again, the same God. So we hear that over and over again, and we leave excited. And I don't want to use the word pep rally, but that's what I think about. It probably tells my age, right? Right. But we feel energized and ready to fight the good fight.
And for the folks in the chat room, Reverend Judi Wortham is over the Community Foundation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some folks are just assuming that you're Dr. Tyler's wife. Well, she might have the last name Tyler if they were married.
Right.
Just a
They
hint.
need to meet her, though. She's brilliant. I call her Michelle Obama.
She's brilliant in her own right.
The First Lady.
2 PhDs. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, well, she also made the bio, which, I mean, and not just like, oh, and my beautiful wife.
Yes.
Not just that,
And her section is probably longer than mine.
Dr. Juanita Mosby Tyler,
yes.
Who is known for equity and inclusion,
yes.
which is
quite
a battle right now.
Yes.
It's quite a battle, but she has weathered the storm, and I tell her to her credit, in a time when those are bad words, evidently the people that have relied on her think that she's doing her work well, because she still continues to do it, and we're very proud of her.
Indeed. Well, we are talking with, we're talking with the pastors, but don't be shy if you want to call. You're always welcome in. 800-920-1580. 800-920-1580 is the number if you want to say something. You can hop on YouTube at KBLA 1580. Reverend Dr. Timothy Tyler, Reverend Judi Wortham are with me. Biddy Mason might be somewhere in here.
She's here.
She's here.
She might be around
She's
here somewhere
excited.
too. We're celebrating LA. We're celebrating activism. We're celebrating the birthday of Biddy Mason on KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
just in case you missed our Procrastination Crenshaw Town Hall.
My name is Greg Doolin, and I'm a second-generation restaurant owner. My family started with a little hamburger stand in 1975. I have been in the community as the owner of Doolin's on Crenshaw since 1992, and because I've been here so long, I know what the community wants. I know what they wanted. And so I tried my best to build the most beautiful restaurant that I could, which is across the street, Doolin's on Crenshaw, a space where people can do all the things that we like to do. And it's very lonely because we are the only business open at night, and I'm seeing my fellow restaurant owners go through all types of trouble. You know, you've probably all seen it in the news, and I'm having my challenges. And the way Destination Crenshaw impacts me, I'm on Crenshaw more than most people. I'm here at 5 in the morning, and I'm here at midnight. And I look down the street, and I see my neighbors parking their cars up on the sidewalk. When I'm at work, and I see my senior customers struggling to walk down to my restaurant from Victoria with canes and with walkers, that's what impacts me.
Making sure they stick to the truth. We're KBLA Talk 1580.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft.
Oh no.
That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If we find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes to your financial accounts, we alert you right away, all through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Get the alerts that could make all the difference. Save up to 30% with promo code NEWS at lifelock.com. Terms apply.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we do more than just talk.
You got a big mouth. Hello, Joe, you're up. Welcome.
We're unapologetically progressive, and we don't black down.
Reverend Dr. Timothy Tyler is here. Reverend Judi Wortham is here. It is not church. It is community. But if you need some church, Sunday mornings at 9.
Sunday mornings at 9 a.m.
Old school. Get up, go to church.
Yeah.
And but also it sounds like very modern in terms of you can stream it on the website, on the FAME website.
You can go to the First AME Church Los Angeles website and see our worship service. I'd love to see you in person. But
absolutely. FameChurchLA.org, FameChurchLA.org.
Yes.
Show up
or
at
YouTube.
9 at YouTube.
Or
Is
YouTube.
it
Or YouTube.
on YouTube?
Mhm.
Okay, is the streaming. And a lot of churches are saying that they're having trouble getting folks in, and that people are either leaving the faith altogether, going into a sort of more generalized relationship with God that's not tied to any particular institution or faith tradition, or that they just want to watch online, and we're still in the post-COVID era.
It's an interesting phenomenon. I have met so many people in Los Angeles since I arrived who have introduced themselves. Oh, yes, I'm one of your online members. I'm like, look, glad to meet you. Or we've had people now, they're joining the church online. So they'll tell me, well, there were about 5 people today, and they said they want to join the church, and they were watching us online. And so I have somebody to contact them. So it has forced us to broaden our imagination of how we include people in church. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay
But you
with
also have people showing up, is what I'm hearing.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and maybe, I mean, I'm sure it's, you're preaching, but also maybe what Reverend Wortham was talking about is that folks need encouragement right now. I mean, people are, and it's not just, I mean, yes, I don't mean to say just, but only in the sphere of religion. It's also people need encouragement for the fight, right?
Period.
In politics and social justice and life.
A lot of boomers, especially, but also young adults. We're living in a time where military people are jumping off of ships, and we're living in a crazy time. We're living, I call it, in the Trump era, and people need encouragement. People need hope, and it's my prayer that they're coming to church, and they will come to church in order to look for that hope and to find that hope. And so that puts a heavy onus on us as people of faith to make sure that what we are giving to people is that thing that they are looking for.
Willie from Palmdale, what are you looking for? You're on with Reverend Tyler and Reverend Wortham and me. Hi,
yes. Thank you for taking my call. I was just wondering, how do you balance serving God and living in the political world?
That's an interesting question.
The way that I balance, and thank you for that question about balancing living for God and living in the political world. I always remind myself that Jesus had to live in a political world. Oftentimes they would come to him. Remember when they asked him about, do you give to God or do you give to the government? He was always balancing issues about politics and about religion. And so I realized that I have to do that as well. And the Black church has always been involved in politics because it was our religion that got us through a lot of political crisis. And so it's not really even a balancing. It's just a natural syncing up of the things that we have to deal with in the world and our goal to get to the other world. And so it comes very easy for me.
Yeah, thank you, Willie. Appreciate. Good to hear from you. Willie usually calls in when he needs some solace, so I guess he's feeling us today. So tell me about the weekend. What is going on at the weekend? I assume folks are invited.
Yes, and it's going to be a very exciting weekend. It starts today.
Okay.
At 11 o'clock a.m., we're going to gather at the Evergreen Cemetery. And we are going to pay homage to the founders of FAME, and we're going to lay a wreath at the burial place of Biddy Mason, and we're going to acknowledge and see where some of her other family members have been buried. And so it will be a day of remembrance and a day of solace as we honor our founder at the place where she is resting. And then on Saturday...
On Saturday, we have the Biddy Mason birthday brunch. It is actually her birthday on tomorrow, August 15th. We will be starting at 11 a.m., going to 2 p.m. And it's like a reception to honor her. And there is a home that we own that is beautiful.
2241 Hobart.
Yes, 2241 South Hobart
Boulevard. Built in 1910.
Wow.
And the builder of that house is also the founder of the Grand Central Market downtown. Yes. It's a historical home that First AME purchased, and it's going to become the FAME community house.
Yes.
So we will do our gang intervention. We're going to do a Liberation Academy, stepping in to teach history to adults and children. We're going to do micro business work, and all that will happen at the FAME community house. So tomorrow we're going to be feeding you, and we're going to ask you to feed us with donations so that we can renovate that beautiful. We're going to keep it in that 1910 spirit, but we're going to renovate it, and we've already started working on that. And so we're going to ask the community to help us to remember Biddy Mason's entrepreneurial spirit tomorrow as we celebrate her birthday. And then on Sunday,
our Biddy Mason worship celebration service, where we will actually have an actress who is going to, her whole life is around impersonating Biddy Mason, the costume and everything.
Amazing.
Yes, so she's going to come in full costume, and the whole service is dedicated to honoring Biddy Bridget Mason.
And
we're excited.
The FAME Mass Choir will sing on Sunday, close to 100.
Close to 100.
And it's gonna be a great worship service. I'm not sure if I'm going to be preaching. I think I'm going to be preaching Sunday.
That was my question.
They told me I better preach Sunday. So somewhere between the dancing, the singing, the acting, and the celebration, I'm gonna get 2 or 3 words in there.
We're excited.
But it's gonna be a great weekend.
We're excited.
We want everyone to come and share it with us.
Wow. I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Is this the first annual?
Oh, amen. Yeah, you should say it. You should. It's the
I
first
think
time
it's the first time we've done it in this
way.
In this magnitude.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Because
I like
why
that.
why wouldn't we?
That's right. I like that.
It kind of makes sense.
I like it.
Tell us, time flies when you're on the radio. We
Yeah.
only have a couple minutes left. Tell us about how to contact you, track you, access the services other than coming this weekend. I mean, you've got 3 opportunities, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yes.
Today at 11, starting at 11 at the Evergreen Cemetery. Tomorrow, the brunch is at 2241 Hobart.
Yes, the
South
brunch is
Hobart.
at. So
Yes.
we're going to give people an opportunity to experience that space much like it was in 1910, and it's a
Wow.
beautiful space.
And then Sunday, of course, at 9.
Yes,
For the
9
regular
o'clock.
services that won't be the regular services because it sounds like
Right. No, it won't be the
preaching
regular.
and pageantry and honoring
Right.
of Biddy Mason.
Yes. The website is the best place to find us. famechurchla.org.
Yeah, that's the best place to get our contact
Yes.
information, to call the church office,
Yes.
and to get a handle on all of the wonderful activities that will be happening this weekend. Now, the premier way to find us is just to get up at about 7:30 on Sunday, get in your car.
Amen, Pastor.
And meet us at 2270 South Harvard Boulevard.
But why do we have to get up at 7? Couldn't we get up at 8:43?
Well,
if
you
we
may-
took a shower the night before.
Okay, that works.
My
Have our makeup on and sleep sitting up.
would agree with you.
We'll take it. We just want to see you.
Just get there.
We'd love to see
Just
you.
get
in
there if
person.
you can.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a pleasure talking with you, Reverend
Thank you for
Judi
this
Wortham
opportunity.
Thank you.
and Dr.
We
Timothy
appreciate
Tyler. Thank you
you.
both so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
And happy Biddy Mason weekend
Biddy
to
Mason
all
weekend.
of us.
Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Yes, indeed. We're talking reparations next hour. Dr. Kwaku will join us, and we're going to look at the psychological aspects of our repair. Boy, the ancestors are dancing around here today. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. A 13-year-old Detroit boy accused of shooting his father and fleeing to Ohio could face charges in both states. Detroit Police Chief Todd Bettison.
It's a conversation that we're having with Ohio because they may want to process him on some of those charges as well.
Police say the teen was arrested hours later, and investigators are now working with Ohio authorities as the father recovers from non-life-threatening injuries. Move Detroit has announced its first class of neighborhood ambassadors. The 16 residents selected from more than 300 nominations will help showcase Detroit's neighborhoods, businesses, and culture while serving as community voices for the city's talent attraction and retention efforts. And Atlanta's HBCUs are earning national recognition with Spelman College, Morehouse College, and Clark Atlanta University ranking among the nation's top historically black colleges and universities. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique. But you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Dodgers blew a 2-run lead in the 9th inning Thursday night and wound up losing 5-4 to the Milwaukee Brewers. A sellout crowd of 46,105 at Dodger Stadium did not like the way the game ended. Dodgers fans booed reliever Edwin Diaz when he was replaced by manager Dave Roberts. Diaz gave up 2 of the 3 runs scored by the Brewers in the 9th. The Chargers won their preseason opener at Houston Thursday night, 27-7. The Chargers are at home next Thursday against San Francisco. The Rams play their first preseason game Saturday at Kansas City. The full NBA schedule is out. The Lakers and Clippers open the regular season on October 21st at home. The Lakers play Golden State at Crypto.com. The Lakers will have 34 games on national TV. The Clippers play Sacramento in their season opener at the Intuit Dome in Inglewood. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
All I need is one mic.
With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial,